Now then YouTube, welcome to what will be a quick video, for sure. Just thought I'd show you what I'm up to on my M3. Bit different from the MR2, and I've not quite finished the track day video yet, or I've not quite started it yet either, but I'll get on with the track day video. Long story short, the MR2 at Alton was pretty good. The MR2 is now with Josh to get an exhaust made, so that might be the final piece of the puzzle to get it breathing a bit better. But we're on with the M3 today. So what am I doing today? I've got quite a lot of bits to change on the M3. Now, when I took it on track a couple of times in 2018, I think it was, it's been a while. I took it to the Nürburgring and did Cadwell and Silverstone in the car. Pretty good, it was going all right. One thing that I noted was it was getting hot. Hot. So I'm making some changes to the cooling system today. I've got a new radiator, a new fan. I'm planning to get rid of both the original fans, the viscous fan that's already off. Got a new water pump. Got a Viscous one, I think that's how you say it. It's just down there. One with a metal impeller. Because metal's good. Don't forget that. We like metal, other than on MAF housing adapters. Although, as everyone said, it was the diameter, which is pretty lame, isn't it? Because, well, less about MR2s, the better today. But yeah, I'm making a few changes. So I'm planning to get rid of both the auxiliary fan at the front, and I've already taken the mechanical viscous fan off, which runs off the engine. That should take a bit of load off the engine, release a few ponies, let's say, nothing daft. When I did this to my E36, well, I did a light and flywheel at the same time, so it's not really a fair comparison, but I do intend to put a light and flywheel on this in the future as well. But yeah, just today, I thought I could show you a quick look. I'll give you a quick look at what I'm doing. So I've just started getting some stuff off. I'm just struggling a little bit. So I'm removing 2 fans. I'm fitting an alloy rad from Tegua, and I'm going to put an electric fan behind that, and that will run off the control that does the auxiliary fan at the front. There's a few comments online when I was researching what to do here. There's quite a lot of the usual, I think it's BMW owners seem to attract this kind of person, where they're like, oh, if BMW put a viscous fan on it, keep it on, you know, keep the mechanical clutch fan on. If BMW did it, it must be right. Well, not always. Where I get most of my decision making from is from people who actually use the cars similar to me, go to the Nürburgring, drive the cars on track, stuff like that. The people who use them properly, let's say. That's usually what I base my decisions on. And there's quite a lot of people, or I've certainly seen quite a lot of people who run this setup where they remove both the original fans and put one at the back. The car doesn't get you used to drive in traffic or anything like that. One of the things I've read is that we can perhaps expect the temperature to start going up if we start trying to use the aircon in traffic, but when is that ever going to happen? I can't remember ever being in traffic in this thing and very rarely use the aircon. I'm keeping the aircon in it because I had it regassed, and I think I want to get my money's worth out of that, because I definitely haven't. I've only done, since I've had the car, I've done about 6,000 miles. That's 3.5 years. So, you know, not had a great deal of use out of the car. But going back to BMW knows best, right? Those people that say this bollocks, BMW must know best. No. So in order to get to the auxiliary fan, which is this lad here, so I'm just trying to get my front bumper off. I'm pretty sure I've had the front bumper off before, but going by what I'm seeing in here, apparently not. So BMW knows best, remember. We must, those people that say this bollocks. So BMW knows best. That's why they don't put stainless screws in the wheel arch area. These are just tech screws. I managed to get one of them out, but the other 2, focus, come on. But you can see the state of that, right? Fucking hell. So I managed to get one of them out. There's 3 on each side. This is just to release the wheel arch liner from the bumper. These ones, no es bueno. Cannot get these fuckers out, and started slipping straight away. They're 8mm heads, so use an 8mm socket to get them out. But yeah, they're not having anything. And usually these Draper sockets that I've got, You see they've got kind of funky edges going on. Usually these are the daddies for getting out rusty bolts, rusty heads. But no, not today. I got one of them out, but no es bueno. I had to go with just a nice flat 8 as well, but I just can't go on them, they're just slipping. So I've gone to try and tap a 7 on, but it's not happening either, so I'm just going to drill them out, I think. And yeah, we'll have to replace those, but yeah, come on. BMW knows best. That's why they put steel, just plain old shit. I mean, obviously these are 18 years old, granted, but come on. In you know, in the area where you're going to get the most moisture on a car, right? Let's not do that. I've got a new front roll bar as well, because mine's rotted through. It's actually got some RD Motorsport tape around the bush just there now, because it was loosey-goosey. The front roll bar was doing very little previously. I've got some new brake stuff as well to be getting on with. I've got some new front pads, some new fluids, gone for Motul RBF 660 this time. I've not tried it before. And I've got some new rear discs, new rear pads, because the rear pads have gone as well. I got some new bits for the caliper as well, some new retaining clips and stuff, because I lost all of those. Oh, they were rusty enough to warrant throwing away. So I've got some new bits on that. That's not going to be today. Today I just want to do the cooling system. So like I say, I've got my water pump down there, got my new radiator there. I was just testing the shroud on it. The OEM shroud fits good. Obviously this is for the Viscous fan, and I don't have a shroud for the fan that I've got. I've gone for this is the biggest one Teggy had in stock, and it's a 12-incher. A lot of people run 14s or 15s on the back of here, and you can get this Mishimoto kit, which kind of fits onto the shroud and has the fan in place. Now, my plan is to hide that in the middle there, but is it going to be doing much for the shroud? Not really. But I want to keep the shroud on the edge because it's got the, well, where the switches mount and stuff like that, and it looks a bit more OEM Ken, doesn't it? So I'll just bang that in the middle, and we'll tap into the wiring, like I say, for the front aux controller. So I'll do another little video in a bit once I get the front end off, get the front fan out, get the water pump out. I'm hoping to find the water pump was my problem, because I'm presuming it'll be the original 18-year-old water pump that's in there. Pretty sure it's not been changed. But yeah, I was just getting a bit hot on track, and my oil cooler, dropped that. That's not too bad. Obviously it's had some bugs and shit in there over the years, but overall not too bad. Obviously you can't really tell the thermal efficiency of a radiator by looking at it, unless it's proper paggered, but this one's not proper paggered, so I'm all right. That obviously it's lost its colour a bit, but that's fine. A bit Michael Jackson spec, it's all good. So many attempts. Works. BMW knows best. Managed to get this one out with a bit more force going in. This one, no es bueno. I started trying to drill it, but I was like, wait a minute. We're going to end up with this stuck in there, and we're going to get that out. So, diamond wheel came out. There's a grinder. Didn't even I scuffed the plastic a little bit. Come on, that's fucking nothing. Look in my brown hole. Oh yes. Oh yes. To get Edward's brother out. From the Rover 200 Cabriolet Sport suspension. Oh, except Tio. So you want to know the funny thing about this? You want to know? I'm pretty sure it was just the outer one that we had to remove. Bloody internet guides. So I was going to get this lad out of our way. Okay, we're into the meat of it now, pretty much. As far as this is concerned, I've still got the front fan on, but I'm on with the water pump. So here's my old water pump. Here's the replacement part, and the OEM part here definitely finished a bit better. This Viscous one's is a bit rough around the edges and stuff, but you know, has the metal. One thing I was expecting or thought I might see was some broken vanes, but no, she's all good. Those of you who watch AVE, obviously you've noticed that I've started watching quite a lot of him. Glass fibre 40, eh? If you don't watch AVE, then it's way better than anyone doing any videos about cars. Yeah, it's not in too bad shape, to be honest. Like I say, I was hoping to find some problems. The only the scary thing I found is the amount of corrosion on the back of where it sits, which I guess if it's getting water through it all the time, maybe it got filled up with too much water one day or something. I mean, the BMW mix, I've got some BMW premix for it, and you mix it with distilled water. I was going to use tap water, but I'm not going to, because I thought if I made the effort of getting a bit of coolant, I may as well get some distilled water for it. One thing that my kit doesn't have is any new O-rings, any of these, which a bit lame. I was kind of hoping it would. So in these old O-rings we trust, or I could leave it for now and try and get some new ones from BMW. They're usually next day, to be honest, so I could maybe order them tomorrow and get them on Tuesday, and maybe not put the water pump back in just yet. I might do that because they don't feel too bad, but obviously they've been sat in these balls for a while, getting hot and cold and snug, and then fat fingering this one on might not be the best. Getting this all off is simple, and the thermostat is over here. I forgot to say I got a gauge thermostat, which just came in the box like that. I didn't even have a wrapper on it or anything. But this is just OEM, 88 degrees I believe is when it opens. So yeah, there we go. I do have a new gasket for this part, and I do have a new gasket for the lid, which came with the water pump, which is where the thermostat goes in here, roughly. So yeah, I'm just gonna clean her up a bit. Have a conundrum about the O-rings. I decided to get the O-rings. Well, check my mate Alex is at work tomorrow, and he is. So we'll get some. Yeah, it's because I've said it on fucking video now, so if I don't fucking change them, then they'll fucking bust, won't they? Bastards. Well. What am I stuck on now? Let me tell you. Getting this fucker out was a pain in the ass. Definitely gonna have to go with BMW and get some new clips for this, so we'll definitely get some O-rings as well. So I got the shroud out, which was a pain in the ass. Held on with some, where are you? There's one still in it. So these things shouldn't be that hard, right? But they were like sea solid, and the plastic could like almost welded itself to the frame behind it. But yeah, they wouldn't unscrew. They got that far and then just started creaking and cracking and having bad timings. There we go. So this goes into the front of the car, right? So in theory, I guess maybe a few years ago, this should just pop out. But with plastic getting old as well, so you didn't want to come out. So on the shopping list then, some clips for that as well. And now the fan is held in by 1, 2, 3, 4. And the fourth one, they were all a bit rusty looking, but the fourth one has where are you? So there's 4 studs that go into the frame of the car, right? You can see 1 there, 2 there, 3 still in his head there. So the actual stud which holds the nut is now just spinning in the frame, and it doesn't have a nut behind it or anything. It's kind of set in there, and it's just spinning. Ay, ay, ay. Los míos, what we're gonna do? What are we gonna do? We can claim that's a nut. We can claim that's a noisy bearing if you want. Interestingly, this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these little flaps, which, you know, when it's not moving or I'm not open, but then on the autobahn, you know, they'll be wide open, won't they? So BMW acknowledged that this thing was restricting airflow, so they put some little gappy gaps in it. Apparently what people do, or what I've read some people have done, is to keep this fan, get rid of the viscous fan and just run it like that, which, yeah, fair enough, viable solution. But what we're going to do is put the fan on the back. We'll cut this wire in here somewhere, and then this wire goes into this big beefy plug, so we'll have a plug on it like OEM can. Concerningly, there's 3 wires in here, obviously 1 big feed and 1 big ground wire, but there's obviously a signal for something. Is that to turn it on or what? Hopefully not. Hopefully something else turns it on, and maybe that's to change the speed of it or something. I don't know. I don't know. There's a bit of a brain box there on the side, so maybe it's got, yeah, it might be a variable speed thing or something. But yeah, so I'm going to try and struggle to get this out now. You bastard. It ain't much, but it's honest work. Well, I nearly got it off somewhat cleanly, but then the fucker just snapped. So, where is she? Oh, she was nearly there. Why you snap? Wait. Okay. You did that to yourself. That weren't my fault. Hey, hey, hey. How close were we? Oh. Oh, we were close. Ha. Don't work hard, work smart, or what's the word? Oh man, I was struggling like fuck to cut this off, right? So I ended up, what's just actually got it out, right? So I put my fucking socket on there, right? With the impact gun, and I lined up the hacksaw blade behind it, and then I just 1-tonned the fuck out of this. Obviously I had 2 hands then. I still got 2 hands, but there wasn't an accident. I've still got both my hands. I'm just using one of them to hold the camera right now. And yeah, 1-tonned on that for a bit, and that she sawed through. Fucking hell, what a task. Doing the air connings. We better not touch it. I give it a blowout with some compressed air rings, but she's... I pushed my finger in too much. Should have warmed her up a bit first. All the dead stuff. Press X if you're a numpty and cut it a little bit too short without realising how long it fucking was. Yeah, that was me. We can fix this. Not the best, not the worst. Now to put the plugs onto the fan. Hope it's not right too long, but then again, better have it a bit too long than a bit too short. It's a work of art. It truly is. Oh yes, I like this. It's nice. Cest finale. Never too keen on those little, the way you attach these slimline rads, but it is what it is, my friend. Yeah, the fans that we've taken off and replaced, we might be thinking, fucking hell, it's well, that's what I'm thinking anyway, it's way smaller, isn't it? So hopefully it does the job. Huh. I mean, the issues I was having was overheating whilst running anyway. I wasn't getting any overheating problems when I was just mulling about and stuff. It was only when I was on the boil. So I'm hoping most of the benefit's going to come from the new water pump and the new radiator. And obviously we can't have a fan without a radiator, really. I did that on the old girl for quite a while, and many a time driving to the ring, get stuck in Belgium in traffic and have to keep turning the car on and off because she was getting a bit dusty. So hopefully we'll have none of that business with this. They can't really do anything else now because I can't put any of this back together. I can't put the bumper back on or anything until I get these new plastic clips to put the air dam back on. So that'll still go in and sit there, which, you know, chucks air to the oil cooler and sucks it out the kidneys. And there's no point really putting the radiator in there yet because I'll just have less room to do all my activities around here. Well, not by much, obviously. I could perhaps sling the radiator in, but I'm gonna wait. So my shopping list from the Bayern Motorworks will be O-ring, plastic clip. I've got a front roll bar as well to do, which I'm gonna delay. I got things all over the shop, man. So it's gonna have a little tidy up. I'm thinking, I wonder what the weight will be. What do you think? I reckon it'll be about at least 1400 as it is now. At least 1400. These are heavy cars. Got some lighter wheels to go on as well, and heavier pads, but you know, more material, mate. Oh, we've removed this. I wonder how much that weighs. It's probably an easy kilo, maybe 2. It's not the lightest thing, that. This radiator is definitely lighter than the stock one. Would have been nice to weigh it beforehand, but certainly on Barcelona must have jinxed it. That thing's not moved for a while. God, they are astonishingly different in weight, these things. Well, that's enough for today for me. Not a lot I can progress with, and I don't want to start anything else really. So trip to BMW, get some of those plastic plugs, the O-rings, and I may as well get some of those screws as well, the ones that, you know, they'll last another 18 years maybe before rounding off. I mean, with the use I give it, they should be pretty fine anyway, so I'll probably just get some from BMW. I can't see them being expensive from there. But yeah, hope you've enjoyed watching. Gives you an idea of what I'm working towards on the E46. Like I say, I've got a few other bits to be getting on with as well throughout the next couple of weeks. The track day is actually in a fortnight, so, you know, I need to book the tunnel as well. Obviously the travel and everything like that's a bit wacky at the minute, but hopefully just going to be able to send it and see what happens. So I'd be interested to know if you feel like I'm going to have overheating issues. I don't think I will. I would have preferred to have a 14-inch fan, I think, looking at it now. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. See if she cooks herself or not. I don't think she will. Just having the radiator and the water pump. And apparently, according to Mr. RD Motorsport, apparently just having a coolant change can make a big difference on the water temps on these. I don't know when mine last had a coolant change. Certainly not in my lifetime. So, doing a few things anyway. Hopefully the coolant system are better. Does BMW know best? I'll let you decide that one. a lot of things, obviously. I mean, they made the car at the end of the day, didn't they? We can't diss them too much, because without Munich Empire, we wouldn't even be here. Well, I wouldn't be here, would I? I'd probably have a Nissan or some crap like that, you know. Can you imagine? Oh, me neither. Unless it's a Primera GT or a P10, or, you know, unless it's a Primera, that's about it. That's about all I'm curious about on the Nissan world. But apart from that, I'll see you in the next one. I'll carry on when I get my bits, maybe. Or I might just get it done and carry on when I start doing the roll cage and other stuff. Roll cage. When I start doing the posh harness bar and other stuff like that, I might pick up the video. When I'm doing the weights, I'm sure you'll be interested to know what it weighs. I'm going to be very interested to know what it weighs. Can't see it being under 1,400 kilos. But what do you reckon? You have a guess. Go on and have a guess in the commentos. What do you think it weighs? Full interior, but it's just got a pole position driver's seat.